All right, 40 Smith & Wesson versus 357 Magnum, and today what we have is Underwood bonded. We have a 165 grain 40 Smith & Wesson bonded and a 158 grain 357 Magnum bonded. Both of these are using a Spear gold dot bullet. Now our Spear bullets that are gold dot for 357 Magnum, 357 SIG and stuff like that is a little bit different than the gold dot design for, you know, semi-automatic cartridges. But they're both gold dot bullets. They're both, you know, essentially a plated bullet that's, you know, bonded in that way. So we have our 5-inch barrel Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 40 versus our 4-inch barrel Smith & Wesson 686, and both have about the same amount of bullet travel in those guns. You know, 5-inch auto and a 4-inch revolver. So, you know, very fair comparison as far as our overall weight of the guns and all of that. So, you know, they roughly weigh about the same. This only has 6 rounds. This one loaded up weighs, you know, about the same. So we're going to go through our chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy we get at the same time, see how these rounds compare, and then I'm going to go through my clear ballistics test, which contains 4 layers of denim followed by 3 inches of clear ballistics, which represents like a pectoral muscle, and then some a 1/4 inch medium density fiberboard to kind of represent ribs or sternum, and into more clear ballistics. Typically the sticks will weigh about 2 inches of clear ballistics as far as the penetration depth goes, if the bolts expand exactly the same, which they rarely do. But we'll do it with and without our MDF to see what a chest shot versus a gut shot will do in our clear ballistics test. And then we're going to shoot from a little bit of distance. I think I'll shoot from 50 yards today at my full-size steel silhouette. You know, these are kind of big handguns, easy to shoot a little bit longer range, and we'll see what I can do, what kind of accuracy I can do at my steel silhouette. So let's get started with the test. All right, first up we have our 40 Smith & Wesson rated at 1200 feet per second. I'm using a 5-inch barrel, so we'll probably get that. So let's see how close we get to 1200 feet per second with our 40. 1180. 1180. 1174. 1180. 1158. So except for that one round, pretty consistent. It looks like I'm pulling a little bit to the left. So let's see how our 357 does. All right, 357 mag. It's rated at 1500 feet per second. I know Underwood uses a 6-inch barrel, so I know we will not get 1500 feet per second. But let's see what we actually get. 1375. 1233. 1221. 1279. 1194. So that is a very inconsistent round. We're looking at almost a 200 feet per second difference from round to round with a couple of those rounds. So that's not impressive. Let's hit our ballistic shell block and see what we get. All right, first up we have our 40 Smith & Wesson through our MDF, which represents our ribs or sternum hit. So let's see what this will do. I'm having this phenomenon every time I use this 5-inch Smith & Wesson pistols. I hit pretty, you know, centered enough that it shouldn't go out the side, and they keep going out the side, like the rifling on these things is going left or something. So let's try it again. All right, let's try to get more centered. And 40 Smith & Wesson, let's see what we get. All right, so what we're looking at isn't too bad. We're looking at our damage path at 17 3/4. Our bullet is at about 16 3/4. But 17 3/4, that'd be typically about 19 3/4 without the MDF. So a little bit of higher penetration than what we want to see, but not too bad. So let's take out the MDF and we'll do our quote-unquote gut shot and see how that does. All right, no MDF. Let's see what this will do. All right, so that's about what I was expecting. Like we were saying, 18, that'd be like, well, damage path is about 18, so it'd be about that'd be about 20 inches. Our no MDF, we're actually looking at about 19. No, it's about 19 3/4 total but our bullet has stopped at about 19 inches. So overall, that's really decent actually, because we're getting a good penetration. We're getting very good penetration, but not over penetration. And that's, you know, what you kind of typically expect with the 40. So let's try our 357 mag. I'm pretty sure we'll get up here just because of the sectional density, but we may not. So let's see what we get. All right, 357 Magnum through our MDF. Let's see how this will do. All right, that's kind of what I was thinking. And we got moderate expansion, just a little bit there, but we're looking at about 23.5 inches, which would typically be about 25.5 inches. And that's kind of what I've seen with these gold dot bullets in the past, even loaded by spear. They just don't expand all that well. So let's try our quote unquote gut shot and see how that does. All right, no medium density fiber board. Let's see what this will do. And we got a complete pass through and it's centered enough in the back of this block that, you know we didn't like get a weaker shot here, you know. So that's definitely over penetration. So what we're looking at here is, even though it's a bonded gold dot bullet, this might be something you might want to use for like bear protection or something like that, because this has the penetrating power, or hunting or something of that nature. So definitely not a great defensive round, but probably a good woods round. So let's shoot from 50 yards and see how these rounds will do. All right, 50 yards. And when I was first talking about these rounds, I was kind of thinking they might turn into more of a over penetrating rounds. So I was thinking, you know, woods defense, hunting, stuff like that. So that's why I kind of thought out, you know, 50 yards. This would probably be a pretty good distance to shoot from. So we'll try our 40 and we'll see how this will do. We're hitting a little bit low. I'm gonna have to aim high. I'm just not very confident with that round. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll try our 357 Magnum. We'll do some double action, and then we'll do some single action, because a lot of people have been asking to see single action. So let's see how this shoots. Double action, center mass. All right, I'm not shooting that good today. But we'll try some single action, because people really like to see that. I'm particularly not that great in single action, because I kind of use my double action pull to kind of stabilize my grip a little bit. But we'll at least do a few. I'll go for some headshots, single action. A little high. Right, let me try that double action. A little high. These rounds are kind of hard to shoot for me. Got one round left. Try one more headshot. So overall, my accuracy of these rounds are not particularly good, or it could just be me today. But overall, what we're seeing here is a lot of penetration. Now our 40, what I'm seeing with that is that could kind of double as a good defensive round. You could probably use it for animal defense as well, and it would probably do well because it's a bonded bullet, and it's, you know, it's not going to break apart or fragment that easily. As for our 357 Magnum, that's going to over penetrate. That's going to penetrate very deeply. So I would not use that for personal protection. but it would probably do good to defend yourself against a bear. But judging from my accuracy and just assuming maybe your accuracy is similar, I probably wouldn't want to shoot for 50 yards. I'd probably want to wait till it gets a little bit closer, and then I think it would do a pretty good job. So that's what you get today with these rounds. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.